Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. We are just 3 days away from a game that we've all had circled on our calendars for a long time. And have you forgotten? Do you forget? Do you forget what South Carolina took away from Tennessee, what they took away from us as fans a year ago? I don't need to remind you, I don't think, but let me just remind you, 63-38. A college football playoff appearance was on the line. Tennessee had an opportunity to go play for a national championship, and what an amazing ride 2022 was. But this is a game that we as fans have had circled on our calendar for an entire year. Dark mode has been engaged. It's going to be a hostile environment. 7:30 kickoff. Everybody's going to be liquored up, ready to go when South Carolina comes to town on Saturday night. Now, Shane Beamer recently spoke with the media. What did he say? He said he wants to play in Neyland Stadium. Shane Beamer wants to come to Knoxville. He wants to play in the hostile environment, so let's give it to him. Let's pack Neyland Stadium. Let's bring our A game. Let's show him what a hostile environment actually looks like. We're going to get into it. We're going to take a look at his comments and respond, but as always, do me a favor, smash the thumbs up just below the video. That is quick, free, and easy. It helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. Now, we're not experts. We're not insiders. We're not media. We don't talk at you here. We talk with you. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you enjoy it, make sure you subscribe, click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. We're going to be live later tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time, breaking down this Tennessee-South Carolina game. Come hang out. Also, do me a favor. You like the content, the videos, the live streams, the community aspect, whatever it is. If you enjoy this channel, check out that join button down below. You can contribute $1 a month. We would greatly appreciate it. You get access to custom Talkin VAWLS emojis, perks, benefits, all kinds of fun stuff. But also, you give me the opportunity to do this every single day, and I'm grateful. Want to bring you as much content as possible. But let's take a listen to what Shane Beamer had to say about the matchup with Tennessee coming up on Saturday night.
We have a big challenge on Saturday night. One, we know it'll be a hostile crowd in Neyland Stadium that we're going into. That's what you want to come. That's what you want to play in and coach in, is environments like that.
He wants to play in. He wants to coach in that electric environment inside of Neyland Stadium. So let's give Shane Beamer what he wants. Let's bring our A game on Saturday night. Shane, he's such a dork, man. Just listening to him talk, there's no confidence. He's Butch Jones 2.0, but he wants to play. This is what you sign up for. You sign up to come to Neyland Stadium. Let's show him what Neyland Stadium can be. Let's bring that energy that we brought for Lane Kiffin in 2021. Let's bring that energy to Neyland Stadium on Saturday night. Hostile, electric. Let's hear more from Shane Beamer.
That's SEC football. So we're excited about that aspect of it. Coach Heupel's done a great job with this year's team. Obviously a fantastic season last year, and they've picked up right where they left off. Essentially, they've had one bad half of football, and that was against Florida a couple weeks ago. But other than that, they've really been operating at a high level. Offensively, the quarterback's tremendous, can make every single throw on the field. Took the first play of the game on Saturday and ran for about 80 yards as the quarterback.
That's a huge factor for me going into this game against South Carolina. Is Joe Milton healthy? Of course, I put out the update yesterday talking about what Josh Heupel had to say at his press conference about Joe getting the MRI. Anticipates he'll be ready to go. Some of you guys didn't like me using that word. That's what Josh Heupel said. Bottom line is, I don't think Joe Milton's 100%. I think he's 100. I think he's going to go out there and play. I think he's going to start the football game. But I think we need Joe to be heavily involved in the running game. I'm looking for 10 to 12 carries from Joe Milton for this offense to really click, to really be firing on all cylinders. Is Joe going to be able to do that? We talked about it last night during the NCAA stream. Somebody brought up a good point. What happens if Joe trots out there with a knee brace on? What does that do to your confidence? If I see that on Saturday night, I'm going to go ahead and expect that they don't use Joe a lot in the ground game. And I think that is a key part for this offense to click. So that is something worth keeping an eye on. Let's hear more from Shane Beamer about this game that he wants to play inside of Neyland Stadium.
On a run, so he can certainly run. Offensive line, a lot of those guys return. They brought in 2 guys from the transfer portal that are starting for them and are really good players. Wide receiver group is deep. I've added to the tight end core, starter return, brought a transfer in that's a really talented young man as well. Running backs, they're deep. They got 3 running backs that can all go. They've all got great vision, speed, burst, quickness. That'll be a challenge for us, without a doubt. They are the
running the football may be my number one key to this football game coming up on Saturday night. One of these teams, the Tennessee Volunteers, are top. They are at the top of the SEC in rushing yards per game. The other team, South Carolina, really, really bad. Dead last in the SEC, running the football for 75 yards per game. Now, look, I get it. Spencer Rattler's playing great football right now. He's running around, slinging the rock, playing backyard football. Just recorded my appearance of Locked On Vols with Eric Kane. Talked a lot about Spencer Rattler. Can Tennessee contain him? Can they keep him in the pocket and get to him, get him to the ground? Rodney Garner talked about it this week, how the defensive line is going to have to stay in their rushing lanes. But I think the key to this football game is going to come down to running the football. We got three really good backs. I don't care if it's Dylan Sampson, Jabari Small, or Jalen Wright. Just feed whoever has the hot hand. Let's go out and play football on Saturday night. The offensive line, something worth talking about. Gerald Mincey was missing from that Florida game. Tennessee struggled to run the football. Only had 100 yards on the ground. Gerald Mincey comes back against UTSA. Yes, before you can finish typing your comment, I know it's UTSA. That's the difference. That's part of the difference. But Gerald Mincey returns. This football team runs the ball for 300 yards. Guess what? Cooper Mays charted as the starter at center on the depth chart that was released this week. Now, we know how Josh Heupel plays with injuries. Will Cooper Mays actually start? I don't know, but I do expect him to play. So how much better can we be running the football when we're already leading the SEC in rushing yards per game? How much better can we be with Gerald Mincey back and Cooper Mays back starting at center?
Leading rushing offense in the SEC. So last year against Mississippi State, or last week against Mississippi State, we faced the number one rushing offense in the conference. This week we get to do it again, and they ran for 303
Poor little
yards.
Shane Beamer. Poor little Shane
Texas
Beamer.
San Antonio Saturday, and this isn't like they pop some runs and run their yardage up. They're handing the ball off 30-plus times a game. So we've got a big challenge on our hands to stop the run this week as well. Yeah, I would say there's definitely not any pressure to go perform like we did last year. For us, it's, last year, I told the team after practice today, and it's good to see that Pup repeated it in the press in here a minute ago, was that, we were successful last year against Tennessee because of the way that we practiced and prepared during the week. And we're not even, there's a lot of players that we may have out this week like Juice Wells, but there's a lot of players that played in that game that are playing this Saturday night as well. They had a lot of players that aren't playing this year that were in that game last year, and they got a lot that did play and are in this.
All right, Beamer, you've lost me there. No pressure? There's no pressure to do what you did last year? Really, Shane? Then why are you talking about it? If that pressure wasn't there, then you wouldn't be talking about it. Just the same thing as revenge is on the mind of this football team. Revenge is on the mind of Josh Heupel. Revenge is on our mind because that's the reality. Everybody remembers what South Carolina took from this football team last year, and Tennessee's going to have an opportunity for their revenge inside Neyland Stadium on Saturday night. I like the matchup. We've talked all week long about getting to Spencer Rattler. Again, reiterating what Rodney Garner said. You got to stay in your rushing lanes. But South Carolina has been really, really bad at protecting Spencer Rattler. They can't run the football. 75 yards per game on the ground. They can't protect Spencer Rattler. They have given up 17 sacks through 4 games. They are beat up and banged up on the offensive line. They've got 7 offensive linemen out going into this game. Ja'Kai Moore didn't practice on Tuesday. Kaysen Henry's got a knee issue. Marquis Anderson out with a knee issue. Chase Swigert, foot issue. Ryan Brubaker out with a knee. Jalen Nichols out with a knee. They've got a lot of guys on that offensive line that are out. Meanwhile, you can't protect the quarterback. You're giving up 17 sacks through 4 games. Well, guess who leads the SEC in sacks? That's the Tennessee Volunteers. We're going to get after Spencer Rattler. We're going to get him to the ground. We're going to dirty up that jersey. We've got revenge on our mind. I'm feeling confident. How are you guys feeling? Are you nervous? Are you anxious? I understand a lot of you guys still struggling. I'm trying to pep you back up, get you fired back up. We talked about the line right early in the week. Tennessee favored by 11.5. We fully expected that line to kind of start coming down as we go through the week. Guess what? It's going up. Vols now favored by 12.5. What does Vegas know? What does Vegas know that we don't know? I'm feeling confident, but that's why you go play the football games, right? This team has to go out. They got to execute. They got to handle their business, but hopefully we are going to be celebrating on Saturday night. Need you guys to smash the thumbs up because that's quick, free, and easy. Jump into the comments. Let me know your thoughts. How you feeling about this Tennessee-South Carolina game? Shane Beamer wants to play in Neyland Stadium. Let's make him regret those words. Also, go check out the merchandise, bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. As always, I put the link in the description as well. You're trying to buy some merch, click that little description. You can go down there and find the link. We would appreciate any and all support. One last time, thank you to the members of the channel. You are the reason I get to do this full time. I am grateful that you choose to support me, whether it's $1 a month, $3, $5, $10. Some of you guys give $35 a month so that I can bring you content every single day. I am grateful for that. But that is going to do it for this one. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you join us live at noon over at Sports Talk J for the Tennessee Trinity crossover. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.